Good. I am live streaming, so I got it now. I'm on YouTube. I had to turn my volume down because I was getting major feedback earlier today. So I am Christina L Turner, Kingmaker. Get the money, honey. Yes. So this is 2022, the first Tuesday of the month. I am so excited. I am happy. I am grateful. I'm just so happy to be alive and to be just be in the land of the living. I'm so grateful that my family, we are all still here and together. Um, I have a little illness that I was diagnosed. We have a little, we did some tests, but it's not, everything is not valid. We really don't know what's going on right now. But in the midst of that, I ended up getting a positive COVID test last Monday. And I started feeling bad, let's say the Wednesday prior to that Monday. Actually, I haven't been feeling well for the last couple of months. I've been just a little, just very physically drained. And I really wasn't sure what's going on. And I knew my physical was coming up for the end of the year, and I wanted to take care of it before January come, which is when I normally get my physical. But I decided to see my doctor sooner than later. And they ran some blood work on me, and so we have to discuss what we're going to be doing. But in the midst of that, I ended up testing positive for COVID-19 last Monday, so actually a week ago today. But I wasn't feeling good 2 weeks prior to that, and I really was having like two bad days. So that Saturday and that Sunday before I had my test on Monday. So that was like what, Christmas, around the Christmas holiday. And I just really wasn't feeling myself, just feeling really drained. No problem, in regard to like the loss of taste or smell or anything like that. But I'm on a regimen anyway. So I'm on an anti-inflammatory diet. That's number one. And when I started not feeling good, one of my friends, he told me, he said, make sure you get some echinacea. So what I did, I made like this amazing tea. I made a tea with echinacea, turmeric, black pepper, buckthorn, okay, and ginger. And so with that, I boiled it all together. I added some, once it cooled off, I added my lemon to it. And so I made a couple of batches of those. And then I was also taking black, what is it? What is it? What is it? What is it? I can't think of it. Elderberry, black elderberry, echinacea. So I was taking that already, doing the tea already. My vitamin C, my zinc, and my vitamin D3, which are regular regimens that I take on a regular basis anyway. And I really had only like two kind of like, iffy days because, I have a history of asthma. So my asthma is triggered, by certain things. Sometimes it's the change of the weather or whatever. And so I use my, I have like a machine, a breathing machine. And I use that Saturday, Sunday, and no, I use it Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. And that was twice a day. And then that was it. I knew something was kind of like, a little off on Saturday. So that's when I didn't use it. And I was using my inhaler. So once I was using my inhaler every 4 hours on a regular, I was like, okay, we having a little situation here. Oh, and I also was taking Mucinex DM. So to keep the mucus off of my lungs, to keep it thin, and then drinking the teas, and not just the tea that I made, but also other teas that I was having, with, a little apple cider vinegar. So I was making some of that apple cider vinegar tea anyway. But I feel good and I am back. My doctor ended up getting COVID. So my test results that we were going to talk about today, we were not able to talk about because she has COVID. So I won't speak to her until next week. So anyway, I'm so glad to be here. Believe me, I'm glad to be here and not being able to have those, the effects of other people that has taken other people's lives. So I'm very grateful. We have a awesome God, okay? The creator of all things is just, I just thank him for it. So anyway, what is happening this year in 2022? There's going to be some changes here on my platform. I'm going to change the way that I do my platform a little bit. Yes, I'm still going to give money tips. I'm going to do that with the latest money grants and things that's available, which we're going to definitely do today. I have some tax information for you as well today. And I have also some things that I'm going to be doing that I've made some changes. So I have some on-demand product that is going to be coming up. And one of the on-demand products that's going to be readily available very, very soon. We do have, I can't give you the date right now, but hopefully it'll be ready by the time I get back here next week. We're going to be changing the time, and the time is not going to be at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Normally I do that at lunchtime, but I'm going to be doing it probably like at 2. I'm going to try to do it at 2 o'clock. Okay. So one of the things that I definitely want to do is make sure that I have an audience, and it's seemingly that more people kind of view things later on in the evening, but it's going to be before 8 o'clock. So probably around this time. So I wanted to do it at 2 in the afternoon, okay, because that's kind of things when things settle down in the office. Like if you're watching me from work, I do get views where people are watching me from work, and it's not so busy, after lunch, that kind of thing. But I want to do everything in twos, okay? So this is 2022, so 2 o'clock p.m. If I'm not going to be on live, then what I'm going to do is make sure that the video is probably going to be pre-recorded and then uploaded into the YouTube channel, and that way that you'll be able to see it then. All right, so changes. What's happening now? Okay, so I'm gonna be uploading my on-demand tutorials. Okay, I have a lot of recordings that I have that and some teaching stuff that I have that I'm going to be uploading. So some business 101 kind of stuff, like how to do a business plan. And they're going to be slides and that kind of thing like that. And it's going to be on demand. So you'll be able to get that. If you are a wedding or event planner or trying to get into the wedding event planning company, or you're already in it, I have a master class for wedding event planners that's going to be on demand. So that's what we're working on right now. The recordings are done. We're just trying to get all the other stuff that goes on. So that's going to be on demand. And when you participate with my on-demand courses, what you're going to, you'll get some free things, free items, because one, a lot of people are questioning on how to build their business credit. So I'm going to be giving that away as an incentive for taking my on-demand classes, okay? And I also going to give away some other business things that you can use for taking my on-demand classes. Another thing that how you can get my how to build credit and some other things that I have for you as an entrepreneur. Another way that you get my free stuff is you doing a one-on-one consultation with me right here online. And then I'll send information to you, information that you need, information that I already have for that 1 hour free consultation. And the only thing that I ask for you to do is to subscribe, share my information, and leave me a review on Google. So you're going to leave me a review on ChristinaLTurner.com. You can put all the reviews in there. And those are for my 101 free consultation people, and that you're getting, you know, a little nice little package for saying thank you for allowing me to be your consultant for that particular hour. Okay, so what else is coming up? Another thing that's coming up is our intro. I had thought about it. I have been going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So that is going to change. My background, where I'm going to be doing it, is also going to change. So you're going to be seeing some changes within between now and the next 3 months on how things are going to be looking for Christina L Turner Kingmaker. Okay, so, and another thing, I think I have one more thing. Oh, yes, one more thing. I want to set up a virtual conference. I'm going to set up You Are Marked for Destiny conference. I wanted to set that up. There's a couple of us that have been thinking about coming together as a collaboration to do a conference for not those that just are in business, but just for life, period. I'm gonna have some people that are very deep into spirituality that I'm connected to. So we're still kind of working out the details. That's something that you may see later on in the year. I will mention it again once we iron everything out. We have a specific day and then how you can sign up. Now, for those of you this is the first time that you have ever seen me here on Christina L Turner Kingmaker channel. I am Christina L Turner. I am an entrepreneur and a published author. No, my book is not #1 on the bestseller list on Amazon, but it is on there. I have a book where I've written a book on finances, where I talk about personal credit, where I talk about basic tax. That book is being revised because the tax laws and change, and there's some different dynamics in regard to the tax code and all the things that have happened for the PPP, EIDL, and all that great and wonderful stuff I'm expounding. It's more going to be directed to people who are in business, and we kind of sort of going to just pull everything in together. Okay. I am the owner of Christina L Turner Enterprises Incorporated. My subsidiaries are businesses, which they're becoming subsidiaries as we speak right now, is my wedding planning company, which is Alsace of New York Events and Design, or Alsace Events and Design. Okay, so you have that company is under 2 names, the corporate name and then the DBA name. And then I also own C Turner Tax Services, which I'm going to talk about that because we are going to be talking about taxes, some things that have changed that you as an entrepreneur, you need to know, okay, about these different changes. And I also have a skincare company. We are almost done getting our products together, and I'm going to have a product launch for our products. And for this particular time, I'm going to also have something for men because, you know, men are really paying attention. Not to say they haven't been paying attention, but I'm seeing more men, I guess because of social media, that are taking very good care of their skin. They're looking good. They're feeling good. And you know, when you're taking care of yourself, when you're feeling good, you look good, and your temperament is better, and all of that. So those are the companies that I have, and then I'm working on another company I'm not going to discuss right now, that I'm going to be doing, and I'm going to be hiring. So I am hiring for my tax company, C Turner Tax Services. I do have a someone that is working with me. I try not to say that's working for me because I believe in everything as a collaboration and partnership, but they are going to be getting paid. Her name is Janina Bayan. She is the person that's going to be taking care of you as the employee or as the partner, okay? Miss Janina, what she's going to do, I've been knowing her for years, over, let's see, over 11 years, okay? And she's going to be taking care of of a portion of the business. My clients that I've already have that have been with me since we started C Turner Tax Services in 2014, I'm still going to be doing your taxes. Now, here's the position that we have open. We have a tax prepare position that is open. How do we pay? We do not pay per hour, okay? We do not pay per hour. We pay per tax return. So for each tax return that you do, you get $100 of the fee on that tax return. So not $100 an hour, you get $100 per tax return. So let's say that you do 10 tax returns in a day, that's $1,000. Now, this is the key. When and how do you get paid? That particular tax return that you do, that tax return have to be accepted by the IRS. And what I mean, when you're, if you're come on board and you're accepted, what we do is we tell you and we'll let you know if that tax return has been accepted by the IRS, because once it gets accepted, then you're able to submit a copy of the client's tax return to their email. So we are, and we've always have been, a virtual tax office since 2014. I have never had a brick and mortar office. I have been successful with my tax business. People who are busy, they love it because of the fact they do not have to come into a tax office. They do not have to have people eavesdropping on their information. They don't have to interact with other kids. And we were first in doing it. So we have a tax app. You do not have to fax us your information. You don't have to email us your information unless it's something that we need and you have lost. You don't have any more space within your in the tax app to upload. But there is a tax app that we have that you would download your information. That means your ID, your Social Security, your W-2s, 1099s, whatever it is. The only people that we're not able to upload into the app as of today, doesn't mean it's not going to change, is those that have 1120s, 1120S, and 1065s. Those are big business taxes. But if you're going to be doing a Schedule C, your LLC, sole proprietorship, you can still upload all that information because all of that is connected to a 1040, a Schedule C. So with that, as an employee, you cannot work for us with just your Social Security number. You are going to have to fill out an application. So if you are interested, you need to send your resume to info@cturnertaxservices.com. Okay, you're going to send your resume to info@cturnertaxservices.com. Send us your resume. You have to get a PTIN number. You are not able to do taxes without a PTIN number, and you can get that through irs.gov. We will go more into description about the job position once we look over your resume, your application, and we'll tell you, to get the requirements for that. We're also going to be training. The training is free, but the training materials is $77. So you have to pay for the training material to participate in my training class. So you're not paying for the class, you're just paying for the training material. The training is going to be in the evening for 2 hours every evening for 6 or 7 days, okay? Because the tax season is still on the iffy side, supposed to come at the end of the month. I don't have the exact date in front of me, but you will be trained for 2 hours. You need to set aside 2 hours, okay, every evening. If you are on Central Time, that class will start at 7 p.m. At 6 p.m. in the evening. If you are on the East Coast time, it's going to start at 7 p.m. If you are on the West Coast side, then you already know the West Coast time is 3 hours away from 7. So your class is going to start at 4 p.m. It is going to be an online class. I am going to be teaching. It's going to be virtual information that you're going to be seeing. I will be showing my screen. Everyone, it's a closed class. So please do not have anyone else into the class when you are inside of the class, because you do not want that. I will also send the training materials. Once you pay the $77, you would get that. I know it seems like it's a lot of information, but I need to get this information out because this is immediate information that need to be taken care of right away. So if you are interested, please send me your resume to info@cturnertaxservices.com. You are not being paid per hour. You are being paid per tax return. And yes, we will be sending you leads. If you have a scheduled slot to work those scheduled slots when the tax season starts, you are required to work those scheduled slots. So you can really make some really good money. We have an agency that we're working with. They're working behind the scenes right now. We're talking to them. We're getting some things in place. So by the time tax season open, you're going to be working. Okay. Now, and Jania is going to be your manager. She's going to be the go-to person that you're going to go to, except for my clients I've already have. Okay. But anyone else, if you're hired, I will be the person that will interview you. You'll get interviewed with Jania as well. And then we're going to go from there. Okay. All right. So we got that part out of the way. For the on-demand class, I'll let you guys know when they launch. Specifically, the first class is going to be coming up. It's the master class for event planners and designers through my wedding planning company, Alsace of New York Events and Design. I'm also going to have that class so you can have access to it, because I know you probably will not remember, but you'll have access to that information on my ChristinaLTurner.com website. You'll be able to see that. I'll have a tab for different classes. Okay. All right. So we got that. All right. What am I going to be doing different on this platform? I'm going to be doing a couple of things. Every week, you are going to either get a meditation thought or a task to do in regard to your business, something for you to think about in regard to your business. I'm sure everyone has already started putting out their plans for 2022. If you haven't already started and you already got your planner, I'm also going to be having that up there so you can buy a planner for your business, and you can either buy it in paper where you can have it and you can write stuff in, or it's going to be something that you can just type in. So that is being worked on. So those are things that we're going to be working through the planners together. So I'm going to literally give you an assignment while you are watching my videos. Okay. So if you know anyone who may even need some kind of help or whatever, a business tip, whatever, you need to have them to come here. Okay. Share my videos, like my videos. Okay. Tell people about it. Even if you don't need it, you just so happen to come across it, you be like, here, this is you need to do this. Also, I work with teens. So if you have some young teens that are interested in doing business, make sure they, send them my way. I've been in business for 29 years. I have officially owned my business, which is my event planning company, for 29 years in September. I've been all over the world in business. As you already heard, I already have a tax company. I have a skincare company, and then I'm working on another company. So I've been in business. Now, this is another thing too. Those of you who cannot afford, I have packages, okay? So I have packages for 3 months and 6 months. And then I also have a paid 1-hour package as well for $77, that if you need some one-on-one consultation just for some strategy, whatever, then that's, pay the $77. It is 10% off. So if you go on there, and it's only until the 10th of the month. So if you want to be one of my clients, please go to ChristinaLTurner.com. Okay, so I'm done with the pitching. I'm done with the changing. I'm done with that. Let's get into the money. Okay. Because one of the things I'm not going to be doing as well is I'm not going to be putting all the information that I used to put on, like all the links. So you're gonna have to watch my videos because I have so much information in the description that is overkill. And I may just only just put the links and stuff in there, but try to put as much information as I can to help you out so that you'll know where to go to apply for certain grants and things like that. And that's probably all that I would do. So these are grants that are due for the month of January, okay? And they are due within a couple of days. Comcast Rise. I spoke about Comcast Rise before, sometime in 22. And what has happened that in 2020, they launched it, Comcast Rise, and launched this initiative. And what they have already given to small business is more than $60 million. And they funded in regular funding, marketing, and technology services. Those people who are in that particular type of business, if you are, if you need it for marketing, if you need it for technology, you need to clarify that, and they will give you the some money. Now, the last day on that application is January the 15th. Okay, so today is the 4th. You still have 10, 11 days to get this to apply for Comcast Rise, okay, grant. If you are in New York, I love New York. I'm from New York. I love the city of New York. I love the state of New York. So New York has this a business plan contest. It's called New York Startup 2022 Business Plan Competition. So let's say, for instance, you're starting a new company and you're starting it there, and you are within these boroughs, which is the Manhattan, in the Bronx or Staten Island, you qualify for this particular grant. Now, the number one winner will get 15,000 and the runner up is 7,500. The deadline for this particular application is January the 31st. So you want to take advantage of that. If you are in Chicago, they have it's called the Chicago Recovery Plan Grant. Okay, so Chicago is now accepting applications for their Recovery Plan Community Development Grant. Okay, the grant funds can cover up to 75% of, listen to this word, pre-development. So you haven't already had your company developed yet. It's pre-development. It's for renovation. Okay, so if you're looking for a building, you found the building and you need money to assist you with some renovations on your property, and you are in the Chicago area, they will be giving you money for renovation and new construction expenses. This is a pretty good grant. That's really good. 75%. So that means you're paying 25%. So if you have a $100,000 bill to do some renovations on there, that means they're giving you 75,000 and you're only paying 25,000. And I'm sure you can curb your enthusiasm on how you're going to be spending that 75,000, right? Okay, so they are accepting, listen to this, they are accepting applications on a rolling basis, and the first round is due by January the 31st. So if you know someone in Chicago, make sure that you tell them about this particular grant, okay? The Atlanta Quickbooks Restaurant Relief Program, where they teamed up with Intuit. So we hear about Intuit, the ones who does like Quickbooks, and if you're doing your taxes online, if you do them by yourselves, this is part of it. So the Quickbook Restaurant Relief Program is offering $100,000 in funding. $100,000 in funding for restaurants in the metropolitan area. So if you know someone who is in Atlanta and they have a restaurant in the metropolitan area, they can qualify up to $100,000. Individual grants is for $5,000 and can be used to cover your payroll, operating expenses, and to retain your staff. And the deadline to apply is within a couple of days. So today is the 4th. You have 3 days because it's going to close on the 7th. So if you want to apply for that right now, then you don't need to listen to me. Come back later and listen to the rest of my little webinar. Okay, so, and then the next one is in Albany, Indiana, not Albany, New York. Albany, Indiana it's called the New Albany Small Business Grant Funding. Okay, and you can apply for this. Now, here it is. They have helped about 43 local businesses last year. So this is relatively new. So Albany, Indiana must be a really, small place, because they only help like 43 people. This is the second round, and the grant is included up to $10,000. So if you know anybody in Indiana and they live in Albany, New York, you have to live in New Albany to be eligible. And to apply for, you want to fill out the online application, and the application deadline for this particular grant is January the 31st. Then Glenn County, Georgia, right back here to Georgia. Glenn County, Georgia is offering a new grant program for small businesses, okay? It's called the American Rescue Act and the Small Business Recovery Grant. They're offering assistance for businesses located in the county, but you must have less than 50 people, employees, and that you can demonstrate your pandemic related losses. The funds can be used for operation expenses like payroll, rent, okay, because we know having these buildings costs, but it's not for new capital projects, okay? So you already need to be in existence, it's not a new capital project, and you can apply online and up until January the 31st. Okay, so that's number one. So those are the grants that are due for the month of January. And for this, I want to talk about taxes. Now I'm going to move into taxes. There's that new rule, right? I think a whole bunch of us have saw this on the news last year when they were talking about using your PayPal, your Venmo, your Zelle, and your Cash App, receiving payments, as businesses, because a lot of people, a lot of us, that's what we use. We use that unless you have a different type of system that is set up, that you have a merchant account and you're taking payments a different way. But if you're using PayPal, Venmo, Zelle, and Cash App, beginning 2022, which is this year, and it's supposed to start, I think it was supposed to start this Monday, that if you receive more than $600 total during the course of the year, regardless how many customers are paying, your payment service is required to report the amount to the IRS. Now, if you do not report the amount to the IRS, most likely PayPal, Cash App, Venmo are going to give that 1099. You're going to get that K-1099 to them, okay, from them. Now, here is something, Zelle, okay. Now, this is something that I learned about Zelle. Zelle is not a payment type of service. Zelle operates as a transfer service. So how do you get around this, those that have business and not? And I want to say this because you're going to really need some very good bookkeeping in order to do this, okay? So what you're going to need to do, you're going to need to have your customers pay you through your Zelle. Sign up for Zelle, having to pay through Zelle, do your personal account, not your business. And you're probably saying, well, okay, well, how do I get it to my business account, without it, blah, 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 blah. How do I do that? Because I'm building credit. I'm trying to build so I could get, have a I want a venture capitalist, or I want an angel, or I want somebody to invest in my business, and I need to show record that my business account is having these many transactions per month. Even a lot of fintech companies, they want to see those transactions as well. And there's a certain amount of money that you want to keep in your business account anyway in the flow, minimum of $2,000 per month. I said minimum. Okay. So how you're going to do this is, when you use your personal account, you're going to transfer that money into your business bank account, but it's the wording that you need to use. Language is everything. So you know how, like, when you're doing a bank transfer and that little notation that you have, and you can only do it online. Make sure you do it online. Let's say that you're going to do all your acquisitions at the end of the day and you need to transfer money into your personal account. Do it online. Don't be lazy and do it over the phone unless you can put this particular information in. So you can put for remittance, you can put payables, and have it transfer into there. And so that when it goes into your bank account, when you look on your bank statement, it has an identity of that deposit into your account. Like, it is identified as a payable or as a remittance, okay, to your business account. Okay. All right. So that was a tip for free, but do it through Zelle. All right. Not, do it through Zelle. All right. Because there's no fees for that transfer. You get fees when you do it with PayPal. You get fees when you cash out with Cash App. You get fees with Venmo, but doing Zelle, there are no fees. Okay. So this is funny, since we're talking about taxes. This is a ha ha ha, like really bust my ribs kind of information in regard to money and goods. The IRS is reminding taxpayers that any income from illegal activity that you need to and stolen property, okay, illegal activity could be you being a street pharmacist, or stolen property that you done stole from somebody. Now I really chuckle, because that doesn't make sense. I don't know anybody who would implicate themselves in regard to telling the IRS that they robbed somebody. I mean, I think that would be some serious implication. And then now you want us to report the value of it. Well, not us, because I don't steal, but you know what I'm saying. When I say us, it's speaking for the masses of all the people. So I don't know if anybody's gonna do that, and I don't think that's gonna work. Now, one of the things that I know is, remember back in the day about Al Capone? Remember, they could not get Al Capone on nothing, but he went to jail for what? Tax evasion. He never claimed taxes on all that money that he was making during the prohibition and all the other stuff that he was doing. He didn't go to jail for killing people. He went to jail for tax evasion. So let me just say it like this: your tax preparer or your accountant, I should say that because it's a more prosperous name, but also your tax preparer, your tax accountant. I'm talking about someone that really works in your taxes. I'm not talking about someone that's trying to get your refund, but I'm talking about someone that sits down with you like we do. We sit down with you and we talk to you about your taxes, and we speak to you about what you're going to do with your refund. Have you considered these types of investments? We don't tell you which investments to look at, because I'm not going to be held liable that if you lose your money in an investment and somebody said, oh, you told me to put that here. No, we don't do that. But if you have a real tax professional, our kind of, the way that we do things is client privilege knowledge. And so what I mean is, our ethics is, we cannot discuss your information or give your information to anyone outside of you. So that client proof, that's like being a lawyer. A lawyer, you could tell a lawyer certain things that is only privy to your lawyer. Same thing with a doctor. You can tell a doctor certain things is only privy to your doctor, okay? But one of the things that we will not do, if I've had some of my clients say things to me and they're talking to me and they tell me things, and when I know, I'll be like, I did not hear you say that. I did not hear you say it. I don't even remember what you just said. So we just going to keep on moving. So those of you that's out there stealing, willing, and dealing, I don't know, just be careful, because let me tell you, paper and videos and recordings are can be incriminating information. I'm just letting you know. So that's how Al Capone got it, because he got incriminated because he had that stuff written in the black book. Okay. And so when they looked at it, he had all of these numbers and all the people that paid him and everything like that. That's how they used to do bookkeeping. So all I can say is, it's up to you, word of the wise. It's up to you if that's what you want to do. Now, here is something that is, I want to talk to you small businesses about, and I'm probably going to break this down too, maybe in another video, maybe not, depending, I don't know. But the SBA, the government, not just the SBA government, but the government, the United States, these United States of America, is really honing in on small businesses to grant them government contracts. Yes, I know. Back in the day, it was hard for the little guy to get a government contract. It was always like the big companies, this, whatever. I have put in so many NAICS codes. If you look on your tax return, go look on your tax return right now. Like when you get done with this, go look on your tax return, put on your NAICS code for government grants. Listen, if your code matches up, you can get a grant underneath that code. Yes, yes, yes. Because let me tell you something. I was shocked. I was literally shocked, because who does event planning and wedding planning? I put in my NCIS code, and there were a plethora of grants that was listed in there that were available for event planners and wedding planners, because we basically kind of like have the same code. Okay. So if you are a t-shirt maker, I will put in the code and see if they need t-shirts, because some government companies do need t-shirts. Some government companies do need uniforms. So if you have a uniform business, like let's say that you have a store that you do on Shopify or wherever your store is, and you do nursing uniforms, I will put in the code, because you never know who may need those uniforms. Okay. I know I saw on television that there were some people who had masks, and they were selling them to different companies and making a huge profit off of the mask. Okay. So that's one of the things that you can think about. So this is how you're going to get into, well, Christina, how do I get into getting a government contract? After I see that my NAICS code is there, how do I get there? Okay, so this is how you're going to get there. One is, I need for you to subscribe to the SBA. Okay, you want to subscribe to the SBA. The reason for that is because they have training classes. I took a class for free. It's an information training class. They're going to, they're going to know it's you, because you're going to have your email. And I was listening to the class. And one of the things that they also said during this class, and this was like a few weeks ago that they had this class, that women in business is really where their eye and their ear is to the ground on. So if you are a female in business, and I know the men be like, man, we can't get a break, but you can't, because I just told you, wherever your NCIS code is, And if you qualify for it, you have to put in the work. Now, I do have some videos in here on my channel where I talk about the SAM number. I talk about the DUNS number. I talk about the EIN number. You need to have all of those, okay? You need to have all of those to even apply for some of those grants. And I will go look at my videos and put it in and listen on what you need to do, because I'm very descriptive. Okay, I'm very descriptive, and you could get all the information on that. So that's what I have for the month of, for January. You know, our time is going to change. The video will be uploaded. If I'm not going to be able to be live because tax season is here, and I'm going to be I'm going to be everywhere because I have clients that are in different places who don't want to use the app. And I love my clients and I don't want them to go anywhere else. So I travel to them and I do their taxes. And so I love my clients. They've been with me for a long time. So I'm going to be on the road a lot, taking care of my clients. So if I'm not doing it live, that means I'm not available. That means I'm traveling, okay? Or I'm teaching somewhere. So I cannot wait to see you next Tuesday, because I am going to give you something that you can work with. Either it's going to be a meditation thought or a task for you to do in regard to your business. Also with some upcoming funds that are going to be available. They're still available. I gave you what I have for right now. So something else may come up because they're still early in the month. So something else may change tomorrow, and I will have to make sure that I give it to you next week. But this year is going to be a fantastic year for you. I can absolutely feel it. I mean, I feel it for myself. So all the good vibes that I have for me, I'm transferring those over to you, that this is going to be an excellent year for your business. I'm going to tell you this, watch what you think about your business, okay? Change your mindset on your business. Do not say, this is not going to happen when you're working on your business. Do not say when you send an email out for a client or a prospect or whatever that they're not going to pay you. Do not say you're not going to get it. Do not think it in your mind. Make sure that you do mind, switch it up. If it comes, change it and speak the positive things about your business. Speak life into your business. Be happy about your business. If you're not feeling good, you're not in a good mood, don't touch it. Don't touch your business. Don't touch anything. That's something that I know, because you are an energetic being, okay? And if you're doing business work and you are frustrated, or you don't have high self-esteem, you don't feel, on 100, I would prefer for you not do it. I'll prefer for you just to take a step back and come back to it later when you feel good, about yourself, when you feel good about what it is that you're doing, because you are an energetic force, and everything you think, say, and touch, it produces results, okay? I love you. I am Christina L Turner, Kingmaker. I wish that you would prosper and be in good health, even as your soul prosper, and I'll see you next Tuesday. God bless.